The years went by and many changes happened in his life, but he eventually came to a place on a couch in a house in Hobbs, New Mexico, reading the Bible. He came to Deuteronomy 30:19. He realized he had a place in the family of God, and he had to choose that place. He made the choice. Him and his wife decided to follow God with all their hearts. He did his job selling cars, praying every day over the business. And one day, he knew, there's a place for me to be a pastor. And like I know, I have to choose to take that place. Yes, it will mean walking away from steady money, walking into a whole new life, but I will take the place that God has called me and my wife too, he said to himself. And so he did. He took his place, and look where we are now.
One of the nation's best pastors here in Hobbs, New Mexico. You got two of God's best. I'm telling you, you'd be nuts to go to another church in Hobbs. Pastor Dean and Pastor Kathy, they are the least insecure people I've ever met. They just sat back. I never heard one negative thing. Everything was positive. They are truly two of God's greatest people on planet Earth. And I want to say publicly, Pastor Dean, you are a 5-star pastor. And Pastor Kathy is a 5-star pastor.
Everything that the Lord said to me right at the beginning of the ministry is for now and shall come to pass. Everything. Everything you saw in your spirit. Everything you saw in your spirit that other people talked you out of, it will come to pass now. I see even a place to train people for ministry. I see people coming out of there full of fire. All of this will explode, even the next 3 years.
Pastor, sometimes I'm not sure about you. Sometimes I'm not totally sure about me either.
I have a very special guest on this week. It's my very own Pastor Dad.
Very special. I believe the Word of God is the Word of God. I believe it is. And as I said earlier, even though I may not have yet experienced all of it to its fullness, I believe it's real.
The ball got dropped in 62. When they wouldn't let children pray in school.
And because I believe it's real, I believe it's more real than what I could fabricate or what I could intelligently embrace. I'm going to go with the Word of God. I'm going to believe that who will make me who I am supposed to be is the Word of God. I'm going to leave who I am up to Him by staying focused on Him. I'm going to leave what I do up to Him because He's the one that wants to lead and direct me. And as I continue to do that, my life will not only be better, but my opportunity to be a blessing will be even better.
But your pastor here has been a dream to do a meeting with because he's the most secure pastor I've ever preached for. He doesn't care whether he gets credit or who gets credit. He's just happy to see people touched and changed.
When I look at my dad's life as it pertains to like loving God with all your heart, that involves hunger.
In all my traveling, which I'm at 19 and a half years, traveling full time, I've never preached for a finer pastor than Pastor Dean Shropshire and his wife, Pastor Kathy Shropshire.
Pastor Dean made a choice to be in the place that he was called to be, and it didn't just set him up to live. Y'all, it set us up to live. Y'all, Pastor Dean didn't have a big group of people. He didn't have ARC or some of those things that you could like go to those other ministers and say, hey, I want to open a church. Can you give me, $100,000 to get the building and to get it going? Do you know what he had? He had the Word of God that says, hey, you need to be a pastor. This is your place. Here in Hobbs, New Mexico, this is your place. And even when other pastors said, hey, you've done your best, put a key in the door. What did he say? No, this is my place. This is where I'm called to be. Even when other people said, no, go away, walk away, let it go. He said, no, I'm not letting it go. Even before he was my pastor, he was my dad. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for the way that he took his place as a man of God. Wasn't ashamed, wasn't embarrassed to discipline me, wasn't embarrassed to draw a line in the sand, wasn't embarrassed to have a standard. I'm so grateful that he just took the place. Whatever it is that you've learned because Pastor Dean took his place, I want to encourage you to hold on to that. Whatever he has meant to you, whatever word you've received, I want you to hold on to it. And remember, I have this word because somebody took their place. Y'all, if Pastor Dean can do it, you can do it. I love you, and I'm so grateful that you made the right choice, because all of us are here because of that.